No pressure. Okay, one sec. Let me charge the engine. 1 sec. With my 4 shots of espresso right here.
Oh my goodness.
Is this the most chickiest drink you've seen? Anyway, we are back. We got episode 14, episode Nick Suzuki, and we got a big game 5 on Wednesday. And today we got the one and only Jesse from Bar Down. Jesse, the man himself. Round of applause for Jesse. Wow, hats off too,
What an intro.
Hats off too, eh? Look at this guy. He's a pro. He has his own podcast. He knows which camera to look at. Dude, I'm spaced out. I'm not even looking at cameras.
Bro, you have 4 espresso shots.
Dude.
As someone with ulcerative colitis, if I had one of those, like... Who? It's a stomach thing. It's a stomach thing.
Okay.
If I had one of those...
Is that code for lactose?
It's a little more nuts than being lactose.
Okay.
It depends.
All right.
Let's just say that would run through me
instantaneously.
over and over and over and over again.
So you don't want to sip. You don't want to drink out of the cup.
It's gonna have it'll cause an interruption in the pod, so I'm gonna respectfully pass. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we need a 30-minute timeout.
Yeah.
But Jesse, thank you for coming on, brother. Obviously,
Thanks for having me, bro. Good
bang.
to see ya.
Obviously, this is not me and Jesse's first time seeing each other. We do have a situation. Maybe we'll start it like this. Maybe we'll get a little wholesome vibes going.
Oh boy.
So back in 2021, the Habs obviously went on a cup run, and I don't know. You're not Italian, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, You're not Italian, but you were celebrating the Euros when Italy beat England in what's that place called?
Woodbridge.
But what was that little area where everyone like congregates in Woodbridge called? That little fucking small town. I don't know what the fuck the name is. Anyway, Market Lane. I think that's what the fuck it's called. So I went to Woodbridge because my buddies are Italian. Obviously, you and your buddies live in Woodbridge. They're Italian.
Shout out down to Pignataro.
Bang. Yeah. Shout out Dante Mondelli. I'll shout out my boy too. But I was wearing an England top because I'm a Chelsea guy. I'm not fucking Italian. We know how Italians sometimes get with their pride for their nationality. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to root against them. So that whole week I was an enemy. I was going against the Leafs. I was going for the Habs, obviously. And obviously going for England. Obviously that didn't work out for my favor. And at one point I'm like, fuck it, I'm not English and I'm not Italian, but I want to drink and I want to have a good time. So I'm going to pretend I'm fucking Italian the rest of the day and we're going to go to Market Lane. We go on a little walk. We're going over to the little zone there in Market Lane in Woodbridge, which is it's a small town outside of Toronto in Canada where a lot of Italians live. And I'm just seeing this fucking guy wearing a Jets jersey after a fucking Euros final game in the middle of the Canadian Italy. And obviously that's right after the Habs swept your Jets, which it was an interesting series. It was like the Scheifele against Evans thing. We had the Toffoli overtime winner, game 4. It was when the fans started getting let into the arena again. And it was funny too because my buddy was like, do you want to go to game 4? And I'm like, I can't go. Every time I go to a playoff game or a Montreal game, they lose. I want them to take care of business before I go.
Respect.
And so I saw you, and I'm like, this is before I even started any sort of social media. I'm like, I need to get a fucking video. It's Jesse's here. And then producer, show us the rest. No, other one. We need it on the big screen. Yeah. We need it on the big screen. I don't know how you could do that. There you go. Yeah. Oh my God, I look so fucked. Look at the caption. Buddy, what do you think of the Habs run here, eh?
I respect it.
You respect it?
Yeah.
What do you think of Line leaving Winnipeg?
I don't respect it.
You don't respect it, And that was fucking... I got an Italy fucking flag around my neck. What do you think of the Habs run here, eh? Oh my God.
It.
You respect it? Yeah. What do you think of Line leaving Winnipeg?
I don't respect it.
You don't respect it, eh?
You know what? We got to get that guy back in Winnipeg. I'm being serious. I think Line going back to the Jets on an inexpensive deal. He's made a lot of money already in his career. Go back to Winnipeg, a place you're familiar with. There's a new leadership group in place. I think Line could be really good for the Jets. I think the Jets need some depth scoring. People call me crazy. People say he's completely washed. Why not take a flyer on a guy like Line?
Yeah.
It's hard enough to get skilled players in Winnipeg. I think getting a guy like that back, someone who knows the area, not the worst idea.
And when he was there, obviously, he was kicking, scoring. Fucking one of the best goal scorers in the NHL, never mind just on the team.
44 as a sophomore, man. 44 goals.
Yeah, no sophomore slump for Buddy over there. But then he goes to Montreal, and he's lighting up every fucking power play. 1T like no tomorrow, but he got a Hattie at 1.2 after obviously he came back from that injury against the Leafs preseason game there. That was such a shit situation. I was in Europe at the time, and all of Montreal fucking so jacked up. You remember how jacked up Montreal was when Laine came? Yeah. So jacked up. I'm in Europe. I'm obviously not going to stay up for a preseason game. I wake up, Laine done, like out for the season. I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? Did the season already go to shit? Yeah. But obviously now it's this whole conversation of he doesn't have the foot speed, can't keep up with the Habs. But you're saying return to Winnipeg.
I think there are worse places for Laine to go than Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. You know, like he's familiar with it. Again, new leadership group is in place. The Jets, I think, could use some more scoring. Some people are going to watch this and say, "Oh, Laine is completely washed," but like, is he? I don't know. I don't think it's right to completely write the guy off.
Especially with how long he's sidelined. His leg is probably close to 100%, if not 100% by now.
For sure. And it sounds so insane. I've been hearing people flying around. Maybe he should come to Toronto and play with Matthews.
Fuck off.
Which would be
the 1-2 punch.
It would be insane. I would never be able to look at the guy the same way. But I don't know. I feel like Winnipeg it's a nice, quiet, relatively quiet place to live as far as Canadian markets go. And I feel like the Jets could use him.
Yeah. You could also use some depth scoring. I know that was a thing for the Jets, especially on the trade deadline. They were looking for that depth scoring. They were looking to add some pieces when they were making their push. Obviously, it didn't amount to a playoff appearance. We'll get to the Jets in a bit because obviously those are your boys. My boys are the Habs. But before we get started on all that stuff, obviously, you've been one of the focal points of the hockey social media content space for like, I don't know, what are we talking, like 10 years now at this point? Like, we're getting up there now.
Yeah.
And obviously, the majority of it spent with Bar Down, TSN. If you kind of just want to walk us through, like, how did this journey even start? Where did this passion for hockey come from? And how did you translate it into it to being pretty much a career and being one of the faces in the sport?
For sure. So, I went to TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University.
Okay. Got the name right, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
This guy's been to the warehouse across the street a couple times.
Yeah, a few times. More so on Queen, actually, across where our office is now. There's another one there.
Yes, you're right, yeah. And I'm all about that Starbucks on that Queen, so...
Oh, yeah. So I can see that.
Not you.
So anyways, our first day of orientation, we went to TSN and we saw Gino Retta doing a TSN That's Hockey Hit.
Okay.
And he just said to us, there was a big group of us, he said, look, we know what you can do during school. We want to see what you can do outside of school while you're still in school. So I took that to heart. And I'm just thinking, like, look, I'm in this new program, the sport media program at TMU, first class ever at the school. Great program, by the way. Really great. Yeah, just really was a great place to go to school. Mm-hmm. And you know, I was really eager to get into the industry. And keep in mind as well.
What were you doing? Like, what was the program?
So TMU has their radio and television arts program. Okay. And traditionally, it was just the main program. And then they added 2 different programs. They added sport media and new media. I think new media might focus more on apps and kind of emerging media, whereas the regular program just focused more on like traditional media in terms of radio and television, broadcast, all that stuff. And then there's sport media that's specifically focused on sports.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing the sport media program. And, you know, after going to TSN, I was thinking, how can I get in this industry? I know how competitive it is. I know you got to get a head start on this stuff.
Yeah.
So I just thought of an idea, brainstormed. And then I sent someone who was an executive at TSN, but was involved with the program that he kind of helped start the program that I was in. I just sent him a cold email with an idea he had. Then he put me in touch with someone else at TSN. I thought I was just going to come in for an interview. And then I told this person my idea. And then this person offered me an internship on the spot.
Off the rip, eh?
Off the rip. I said,
shit.
Absolutely. 100%.
Are you in like your summer break at this point? What's the...
I think that's a good question, actually. I think it was in the fall, I think.
Okay.
And this person's name was Dave Crixt. And Dave is my boss at TSN. He's really like the head of tons of what we do. Mm-hmm. You know, Bar Down, digital media. He's the head of Much Music. He oversees a ton of stuff. But this was right when Bar Down was in its early stages. So I said, of course, so then I started basically interning on Fridays at Bar Down. I'd just bring like Timbits, help out here and there where I could. But my real first job was I had to dress in an inflatable dinosaur costume.
What?
In the back of a TSN broadcast. Yeah, for the Raptors when they were in the
Oh,
playoffs.
I was like, how the fuck does this correlate to hockey? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was waving this TSN and Bar Down flag in the back. And I remember it was freezing cold. You know, people can get kind of aggressive in the square. And
Yeah.
people were like, from what I remember, like getting like beer spilled on me and all this stuff. But, you know, some people would hate doing this. It was in cold weather. But being this kid from Winnipeg, you know, I grew up watching TSN all the time. Just all the time. Darren Detition, Jennifer Hedger. Well, I mean, even before because the Jets came back in 2011. So I would always watch TSN. These legends, you know, Cabby on the street, even Dave, who is Cabby's producer. You know, these are people that I like really consumed as you know. That's because in Winnipeg we didn't have a hockey team. We didn't have a lot of these other teams. So that's how I really stayed connected to the sports world.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is unbelievable. I'm in the background of a TSN broadcast. Even if I was wearing a dinosaur costume, I was like, this is incredible. So then kept working at TSN, and then really I think when things started to change, they gradually we started doing stuff on Instagram and Twitter and all these things. And you know, Dave was kind of thinking of ways, how can we build Bar Down? And then I think, you know, he really wanted to build our YouTube platform because he knew that, you know, personalities were kind of emerging on this platform, and he knew that there's opportunity here.
And it was a big like group platform. It started to become a big like group scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say that things like really changed in an amazing way. Well, an amazing thing that kind of emerged from Bar Down were the quizzes. Mm-hmm. And I give so much props to like DZ from our team, Corwin, Dave, Sam, like for really kind of just starting these quizzes and allowing them, and you know, they just kept going with them and they had some success. And I think that was a great way for a lot of us to showcase our personalities. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, and then from there, just, we kind of started doing more videos, and then all of our personalities were able to kind of be on everyone. You kind of feel like you're getting to know people personally, right?
Yeah.
Like through YouTube or whatever it is. And, you know, and I'm so lucky to work with such an amazing team at Bar Down, just such talented people where, you know, we were all be able to do these videos where just work together. And, you know, we have so much, always had so much fun doing them. And I think that's why our content really works. And it's just been an incredible ride. And I'm very grateful to work at Bar Down and the people that I work with. I don't take a day for granted. You know, I always say it's always important to have a fire under your ass and never let that fire go out. And you know, you got to be hungry in this industry, obviously. And again, like it's just an amazing thing that we have going on at Bar Down. I think we're continuing to grow. I think we're continuing to kind of escalate the quality of content that we do. And yeah, I mean, I get to just make content around hockey all the time. You know, we're able to sit here and just talk about hockey, and it's just a blessing, man. So I'm just very grateful for every day that I have. I wake up looking forward to work. It's really such an amazing part of my life, and yeah, it's awesome.
Let people disconnect. Yeah, and that's kind of why this show was made, just because obviously you see the face of yourself. Like obviously last week we had Jacob from On the Bench, but he was virtual. The guy that sat, you brought him up, was Cabby in that seat before you on the latest episode before that. So in the last in-person episode. But
such a great guy, man.
Yeah,
Cabby's a beauty.
Great dude. And I want these social media faces to actually like talk on the sport and their opinions, because sometimes it's only skits and you don't actually see what the fuck they're actually feeling about the game. But
I love it.
When's the next time you're on a plane? When's the next time you're going to break news from the phone?
That's a good question. You know what? The past couple of years, been very fortunate to be doing have done a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Right now, not really doing as much travel, just because we got the NHL playoffs, we've got the World Cup coming up. So I think the thing about our industry is like something happens, it's like bang,
it's instant.
Okay, you're going on a flight, you're going
instant.
Yeah, you're going there. But that's a good question, and I will, you know, if it happens on the trade deadline again, I'm sure I'll be doing it again. But yeah, it just kind of depends what's going on, I guess.
I was that because we're gonna have we're having Nagy on next week for his second appearance, and I saw one of the comments like, "This guy's always on a fucking plane," and I shit myself because even I was noticing too. But speaking of your point where you got to like be on the dot, I was in Buffalo. This was in I don't know if it was January, December. I don't know when the trade broke, but I was editing, I want to say 3 different like Quinn Hughes rumor videos of the pod, like all clips. I got one of them out. The other one was getting ready to like pretty much be posted, and the third one was all clipped. I just need to make the edits. You look at my phone, Quinn Hughes trade. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the on the spot how quick shit moves in this fucking sport.
But isn't that what makes it so great, man?
It is,
like,
yeah.
Like because I get it. Like, you could work on something, then something happens. You're like, oh damn. But
then on to the next. Now let's get the next video up.
Man, the beauty of working in media is we wake up and something new is going to happen every single
You're never
day.
out of news.
Look what happened yesterday, man, with that Oilers-Ducks game, with the puck going over the line like that. And
Are we getting into it? Are we getting into it?
Well, look at all the memes that came out today. Like, I didn't know that pucks were shaped like triangles or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, all this stuff, like what's happening with McDavid. I even made a video today. People were kind of criticizing me for it. But like, man, is it crazy to think that is there a world in which Tampa loses in the first round and Edmonton loses in the first round that John Cooper somehow goes to Edmonton? I don't know. Who knows?
Holy fuck!
Who knows? I doubt it, but
On
I don't
the
think
dome.
I don't think that's out of the question for those two to kind of team up together somewhere in some capacity. You got to think though that Cooper's obviously arguably the best coach in the league, and I think if he wants to stay in Tampa, he'll stay there. But what an unbelievable opportunity that would be for those two to come together if Cooper went to Edmonton and was just somehow made things happen there. But that's the thing, like every day something new presents an opportunity to have new conversations, and it's just fun.
Even in the offseason, just speculation, just making your own rumors left, right, and center, making your own little dream scenarios.
Yeah.
Would you say it's more likely that Cooper goes to Edmonton or McDavid goes to Tampa?
Yeah, so I think what's more likely is that McDavid would go to Tampa.
Really?
In my opinion. But like, who knows what's going to happen? Like, do we want to talk about McDavid stuff now, or do we want to talk about that later in the podcast?
You know what? Let's get right into it, because obviously we are in the thick of the first round of the playoffs. This is going to be posted on the Wednesday, so I know tonight we got the rest of what looks like is going to be the closer for the Philly Penguins series, unless they could actually pull it back. We'll see. And then we have the Rolling Mammoth against the Knights. So we'll know what happened in those games respectively tonight. Games 5 and 4 there. But let's go back to what happened last night. Let's start in the West Coast with Anaheim, with the Oilers. We could just go right off the rip here. That was a goal.
Yeah, it was for sure a goal. And I think everyone's kind of under the same impression here. It clearly was a goal. It's kind of odd that a referee would be able to call it a goal from so far away, even though he made the right call. And imagine if it was...
But he didn't give the fucking thing on the spot.
He did not. But
but
man, imagine if it was the other way around. Imagine if he called no goal.
No,
and then video replay shows that it clearly was a goal, but they couldn't see that it was a goal. That would have been, to me, a worse situation for the league to deal with. Yeah. But, they ultimately did kind of get it right. But I do understand what people are saying, like, it wasn't conclusive and all this stuff. But I saw, there it is, looking on the screen. It's clearly a goal.
Videographer stepping up big time for producer Matt. Fucking rights. I like that. He's getting the fucking scoops.
It's a game. It's a game
a picture of it on the screen now. Yeah.
It's a game of inches at the end of the day. And, I think I saw Jeff Merrick made a really interesting point on X today. He said there should be another line that's like, I think it's 3 inches in diameter.
Okay.
That is behind the goal line. And if the puck is touching that line at all, then you know that it's a goal.
And I think fucking genius.
It's genius. It's such a simple fix, and it will avoid situations like this happening.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really, really, it's a really clever suggestion. But look, this is what I'll say. That puck barely going in or not, the fact of the matter is the Edmonton Oilers have not looked good in this series, and it's surprising. And
there's a reason.
Well, look, I think there's a few reasons. I think obviously you can look at goaltending, but I think Jari was fine last game. I actually think Jari looked pretty good last game.
For giving up 4, he gave him a chance.
I think you can look at defense as being a problem too. Of course, Oilers D has been looking shaky, but these are games, in my opinion, they could be winning, no question. And I'm just kind of wondering like what is going on with Connor McDavid right now.
He's
like,
hurt.
Yeah, for sure he's hurt. He's getting shut down, and I think there's something to be said about Coach Q knowing what to do in the playoffs. This guy like he's been there before. He's played against best players, and I think that we're also seeing something interesting, and we'll kind of go into this with Vegas too. We are starting to see these young teams. They're just way faster than these older teams that have been in the playoffs already.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ducks have looked way quicker than Edmonton, and there's been so much criticism about Edmonton's depth. You know what? Edmonton's depth has actually been pretty good in this series.
Yeah.
Podkolzin has been great. I mean, Kapanen has been unreal. Dickinson has been amazing.
Yeah,
these
even
guys
though he's missed a couple games.
Man, if McDavid is playing to the level that he's capable of playing,
And Leon.
you got. And Leon.
You
got to think the Oilers and Bouchard.
And
Bouchard.
Hyman.
Yeah.
The thing is,
he's
like,
hurt.
McDavid literally, I don't know if you saw the media availabilities last night,
Yeah.
but McDavid was asked, how's your health? He's like, we're all doing the best we can right now. That's the biggest fucking code for I'm dying, but I can't fucking say it.
And his body language was he just seems
like don't give a fuck, kind of like
it's not don't give a fuck.
Just pissed.
Yeah, like it's almost like almost defeated, as in he just doesn't even know what to say right now.
He just doesn't believe in what's going on there.
Well, yeah, and you got to think. Well, that's the thing. It's like is what's going on in his head? Is he realizing, like coming to a sad realization that he's maybe not going to win with Edmonton? Who knows, by the way. Edmonton could turn things around and win this series. Anaheim closing this series out.
They did it last year against the California team, down 2.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Like it's not out of the question for McDavid to just turn it on.
But they were healthy last year.
The thing is, though, man, is that McDavid did also turn it on a couple times last game, though. He had those 2 drives that he had outside when he cut it to the net. He usually scores on those, at least one of them. And yeah, I don't know. It's just bizarre. And you got to think that if Edmonton's top guys are playing a little better, they're going to come out with W's in these games. But props to, like, I got to give some props to Anaheim. They look great.
They're fucking dogs.
They're dogs, man.
Shout out ex-Hab Ryan Paling, double dipping last night.
Yeah.
Fucking right. What a 3C that guy is. He got himself a bag down there too, so good for him.
He's been great, man. He's looked really good.
And that's what happens. You throw the puck at the net, good shit happens, and that's exactly what happened last night with it squeaking off. I think it was Murphy's blade there.
I think it was Darnell Nurse.
Was it Nurse?
Yeah. And you know what, I was actually very high on Anaheim going into the season, and then going to the playoffs was a lot lower on them. This is a team that struggled mightily down the stretch. But hey, what an addition a guy like John Carlson is for the playoffs, right? And Cutter Gauthier, I mean, man, this guy's got a top 5 release maybe top 5 release in the world.
He's going to be up there for goals in this whole career, yeah, for sure.
He'll be a 50-goal scorer.
And it's crazy because Jacob from on the bench, obviously that was last week, but Johnny Lazarus, even like months ago when we had a pod, they both predicted Anaheim's beating Edmonton.
Wow.
They like with chest, by the way. So hats off to those guys because it's looking like they're going to do it. They obviously have to win 1 in the next 3. And we'll see what happens. But obviously you look at these other series, it's every other day for the Oilers against Anaheim. But then you got the Habs Lightning series. This is their second 2-day break, and it's just like I don't know how they coordinate these breaks and these timings, but the Oilers are definitely a team that can use an extra day, and they're just not getting it. So that might be another cause of their downfall, especially. So, but I guess we could shift over to the series I just mentioned, the Habs versus the Lightning. And I got a message for all you fucking Leafs fans out there. Before you start criticizing Dobish and how the Habs blew a 2-0 lead, remember who owns the fucking city. CP31 down 3-1. Thank you very much. That's why I'm wearing this today. But a couple of jinxes there yesterday or last night, the day of the game, saying every team that scored the first goal has won, and there's never been a multi-goal lead. And then would you know it, Habs 2-0 up. And I think we need to address the elephant in the room there. Is that a series-changing hit on Slafkovsky?
You know what? A lot of people are talking about the series-changing hit, and it definitely gave Tampa some momentum. But
yeah,
you want to talk about momentum changing, man? How about that goal by Jake Gensel? Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, fuck.
That is just a big...
You can't say, are you kidding me with the Kucherov fucking guy on that team?
Are you kidding me?
Don't piss me off.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck.
Man, Jake Gensel, somehow, it just seems like this guy still doesn't get enough love. What happened? Okay, I'm trying to remember correctly. The Habs had a power play. Okay, they immediately lose the power play. They needed that power play. It was towards the end of the second period.
I think the Lightning had the power play.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
the Lightning had the power play,
yeah.
and then they immediately take a penalty.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my god, like
The hooking on
like,
Evans, yeah.
yeah, like they can't catch a break here. And then Moser just finds Gensel on that beautiful pass.
Struble, that's your guy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta,
They
just gotta get there. You just gotta be in front of him, dude. Like,
the Habs needed that goal the Lightning needed that goal so badly.
And we needed the end of the period.
And they got it, man. Look at Gensel. This guy is just a gamer. Did it with Pittsburgh. He's more than a point per game player in the playoffs. He's doing it with the Lightning again. This guy, like all this guy does is score goals. He's very good on the international stage usually. Yeah. I think when it's all said and done, he's 31 now. Okay, I think
he's already 31.
I think he has around a bit more than 300 goals, like around 308 regular season goals, if I'm not mistaken, or 310. Yeah, 306. Okay, let's say Gensel can score 100 more goals. Man, we got to talk about this guy potentially being in the Hall of Fame conversation. He is such a gamer, man, and like of all guys, you see him score that goal, and I'm like, I wasn't even surprised. I'm like, yeah, okay. He's got 7 points in 4 games so far. Obviously, Hagel has been a complete dog. He's been like maybe as far as players go.
If there was a Conn Smythe right now, it's him.
But man, this is the thing. It's like everyone knows this about Hagel, but it's like Gensel doesn't get enough respect sometimes. Like, man, this guy is so damn good. So, it's been a great series. I think it's going to go to 7. I just got to say this, man, and I'm sorry.
I know what you're going to say.
I don't know. That Jake Evans hit, I thought was dirty, and a lot of Habs.
We're getting into it.
It was, man.
How easy did he get off his feet there?
Okay, look, man. The game happens at a very, very quick speed, and Evans fully followed through with his cross check on Kucherov.
Give me fucking full screen here.
And I called this.
Look at this. Let's watch it. Let's watch it from the top.
And I'm sorry, man.
Let's watch the slow-mo. Let's watch the slow-mo right here, right? Connect. Look how long it takes for him to get down. Takes the contact.
Dude, he follows through with a cross check to his back.
It's not even that bad, though.
Look, I'm not saying suspend him, but I said on X, like, what is Evans complaining about? That's clearly a penalty, dirty play, and Habs fans are like attacking me over this. Are you kidding me?
Do you think that was hard enough of a shot, though?
Oh, I'm sorry. And look, not to downplay anything here, but let's all remember how insane Habs fans went over the Mark Scheifele hit. Which Scheifele got suspended for 4 games over, which was so ridiculous.
I think that was a tad worse.
No, that was worse. But let's say Scheifele should have gone. In my opinion, I don't think he shot. A first-time offender shouldn't have gone more than 2 games.
No, he got tossed out of the series.
Yeah. Man, all I'm saying is that was clearly a penalty. Okay?
No, I'm not arguing it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those salty Habs fans where of course he got up.
Like my mom's brothers. My mom's from Montreal. They're all Habs fans.
Good. Of course he gets up and goes right back to the power play.
Yeah.
After fucking rolling over, not even knowing where the fuck to pretend he's hurt. He was fucking fine, but I get the theatrics behind it. And honestly, another theatrical point in that game is the penalty taken by James. The high stick.
Yeah, that was not a high stick.
The high stick. Yeah. Do you think the NHL should implement some sort of MLB-style decision review on penalties where, like, let's say a coach can challenge, or they have an X amount of challenges per game, where they got to get the call right?
Yeah, for sure. And I will say this as well. I think the refs need to put, other than the Evans hit that I did think was actually dirty and was a penalty, I think the refs kind of need to put their whistles away a bit in the playoffs here, because we have seen so many damn penalties throughout the entire postseason, and you're like, oh my god, like in the Lightning Habs game, it was like every other whistle there was a penalty. It's like, come on, let's just relax here a little.
Yeah. And what my beef is here, like, you see these board battles, like, I know you watched the game yesterday, but you see these board battles, and you see, like, for example, I know Xhekaj and Kucherov and Struble, they were on the boards at one point, just fucking just on the numbers every time. Not one penalty called, but just one fucking baloney just grazes the cheek, high stick, automatic 2. Like, the severity of those two, the cross checks are way worse than a little mini, like, just tap of the fucking chin high stick that doesn't even, like, draw any blood or any bruise or anything. It's just that the stick is up there. Like, there's just the degree of the penalties, like, the consistency is just not there.
For sure.
Which is what's fucking annoying. And some of these slashes, too, like, these aren't full on whacks. These are just taps on the hand, and obviously guys are gonna just start fucking going like this. Which brings up the other point that there's been quite a fair amount of fucking diving. Obviously, Sid was accused of diving.
You know what, man? that Sid thing was so dumb.
Yeah.
First of all, if anyone gets a stick in their face area,
You're going down.
Your
by reaction.
Your first instinct is like, oh my goodness, that's kind of close to my eyes. Like that's
we're not cool with that.
Yeah, like you flinch, right? You're like, what the heck's going on? So you like immediately react to it, and I'm sorry. The embellishment calls in the NHL to me are just so dumb. You can't have it both ways. Either call an embellishment or call a penalty. Don't call both.
I like embellishment with the trippings.
Okay, but man,
that's it. Because you get a fucking whack on the hand. My natural instincts go like that too. Because I don't know if it's about to hurt.
Okay, so if it's embellishment on the tripping, call the embellishment. Don't call the trip. I don't understand how they call both. It's never made sense to me. It's just so stupid.
That's a good point.
It's so dumb, man. It's so dumb.
That's a good point. How are you gonna say? How are you gonna say he tripped him when he fell on his own?
Yeah, exactly.
I get that. I do get that. In terms of the series itself, now apart from all the theatrics, whether it's the fucking cross check to the numbers, bringing Kucherov down, whether it's the 2-goal comeback, etc. I know Caulfield scored. But that line's got to get fucking going 5-on-5. Like, I get Slav has a power play. I get Suzuki and Caulfield have racked up their points on the power play. But then you got guys like Hagel, Gensel, Cirelli. I mean, Cirelli's just fucking... That's why he's on Team Canada.
That's why that top line's not getting it done, right? Because Cirelli's just...
That's why he's on Team Canada. No. Or he was supposed to be, should I say. But obviously he was hurt during the Olympics. But do you think this series is even winnable with the same production from those guys 5-on-5?
I think, man, what's just as concerning is the Habs second line. I mean, between Demidov...
Who is the second line?
Well, okay.
The theoretical second line.
Well, okay. Demidov,
Newhook and Kapanen.
Newhook, and Kapanen, okay? Do you know how many points they have combined in the series?
I would say one.
One assist by Demidov that I'm pretty sure was on the power play.
Yeah.
So... that line needs to get going, man. Like, Kapanen, more than 20 goals this year.
He's fallen asleep the last quarter of the season there, and he's yet to wake up. He's just, like, you know what it is? It's like, I see some of these Finns, they come into the league. It takes them a while to get adapted to, like, playoff hockey. Because, obviously, when they play over there, it's more like the finesse game, more the skill game. And you get thrown into this clusterfuck that is the NHL playoffs. Like, look at Demidov last year. He was new to it, and he was pretty much invisible. He's still pretty much invisible, to be honest. Like, I didn't notice him at all yesterday. It just takes time, and when you put, like, those guys together, you expect a lot of speed coming out of that line. You expect a lot of, I guess, back and forth while Kapanen is the defensively responsible center, but we're just not seeing anything, and they're not getting matched up against fucking Cirelli. So it's like, you should be producing at a slightly better tilt. Better than fucking Texier, Bolduc, and Doc.
They've been incredible. That line has been unbelievable. And I'm super happy for Doc to bouncing back like that. That's awesome. And one thing I'll say, man, like, I like Newhook. I've actually met him too.
Nice.
Such a beauty, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was such a nice guy. I was there in Montreal for a bachelor party. He like bought me and my buddy shots, and great guy. I just wonder if, you know, center depth is so important, and like he's been playing second line center, correct?
It's been Kapanen.
It's been Kapanen playing.
But
okay.
before they made the move and reshuffled the lines to put Kapanen back at that center, because Kapanen did start on the wing, on the fourth line wing at the start of playoffs, it was Newhook that was in the C spot.
Yeah, so whether it's Newhook or Kapanen, I just kind of worry a bit about the depth on at center for Montreal, and like, you know, how is it going to compare to other teams, right? You know, I think if you even look at a team like Colorado, for example, you know, they got like McKinnon, they've got guys like
fucking Raw is your fourth line center.
Nelson, exactly. Like,
it's ridiculous.
They're so deep, man. Even Dallas. I mean, they're obviously missing Hintz right now, but like these teams just have depth. It's kind of my concern about Minnesota if Minnesota can't get it done, because I mean, they've got Eriksson Ek and Hartman.
Yurov is not your 2C. Heading down the stretch here, you know what I mean? Like, not a playoff 2C.
Yeah, I mean, the Wild still have some good centers, but like, I just know how important it is to have center depth in the playoffs, and that just worries me a little bit. And you look at a guy like Michael Hage, would have been perfect.
I know, it would have been a great time to just get his feet wet. Yeah. But then it's so weird too, because obviously one of our best lines, if not our best line this whole playoff series, is Anderson, Deneau, and Evans.
Yeah,
you have two of the best defensive centers in the league on the same line. Granted, they're fucking doing numbers on the opposition with the forecheck and the cycling, and obviously Andy. other than Hagel, he might be one of the fucking Conn Smythe favorites alone. So it's like, do you reshuffle and get them in their own centering their own lines? I don't know, but you don't want to fix what's not broken. So it's a 3-game series. We're going to Tampa on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Friday back to Montreal, and then Sunday a potential Game 7. Is this a 7-game series? I think it is. You think it's going 7?
I think so. I think it's very fitting. It's similar to Dallas and Minnesota to me. Those have been the 2 best series in the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to Dobish as well. I mean, this guy's looked absolutely dynamite so far for the Canadians. He's getting it done. It's so encouraging for Habs fans to see that. And you have Fowler and Montembeault. Like I like you guys have some assets here that you can maybe even trade, get better with. I think having Fowler and Dobish is a great 1-2 punch. But I mean, you know, the Habs have some great prospects coming out through their system as well. Lots to be excited about for Montreal fans. And even if they can't beat a really, really good Tampa team, this has been a great experience for them, and they're only going to get better. Although I do have a feeling that they're going to beat the Lightning, but we'll see. We'll see.
I have a lot of friends in Montreal. I was like, are you going to come to Game 6? Or are you going to come? Well, obviously Game 4 is yesterday. Are you coming to Game 4? I'm not coming in the first round. They gotta make it past the first round for it to be worth it. But I would have really loved to see someone like fucking Fowler getting there between the pipes. But obviously the way Dobish is kicking and just how the boys are rolling, especially with the kick in the dick that was Game 4, like you can't put him in right now as much as I want to see that young guy in there. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming up in a best of 3, kicking off all on Wednesday. Next series, you mentioned the Stars, you mentioned the Wild, an overtime. With obviously Wyatt Johnston got one of the overtime goals earlier in the series. And last game, Minnesota was the one that took it in OT. That's now a best of 3. Just in terms of, I guess it's one win, then 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. What do you make of the rest of that series? What's your gut telling you? Faber's been a stud. Boldy obviously sealed the deal the other night, but Wallsted's obviously been their guy. But just in terms of the grand scheme of things, like obviously Dallas are without Hintz. Heiskanen's probably a bit banged up too. What's your making of this series? Where's your gut telling you that it's going to swing?
So close, man.
This is a coin flip.
Yeah.
To be honest.
To me, like, as good as Montreal and Tampa has been, this has been the best series of the first round, in my opinion, between Minnesota and Dallas. We're seeing 2.
These are powerhouses.
Yeah, they're 2 powerhouses. These are 2 of arguably the top 3 teams in the league right now. Yeah. It's been so back and forth. I think what an incredible decision by the Wild to go with Wallstedt. After Gustafsson has really been their guy for a lot of the season. Yeah. That's another guy also.
Ballsy.
You talk about a team that should be going all in on a player like that. Like if you know, because we were hearing rumors about Minnesota potentially making
trading him away,
Wallstedt available. Yeah. Right? Like thank goodness they didn't do that. Now they have this piece. Clearly, Wallstedt is their guy of the future. There's no way they can.
Oh, yeah. Him. I wouldn't be shocked if they even flipped Gustafsson to get another piece elsewhere in the top 6 or whatever. Top 4.
I mean, there is something to be said about having an incredible tandem like what the Wild has, but at the same time, it's Billy Guarantee. It's Bill Guerin.
Yeah.
I think he knows if he can make his current roster better now, then he will trade someone like Gustafsson. How about the Edmonton Oilers going all on a guy like that? I don't know what if they even have the assets.
Instead you fucking take Jari. Like...
They also passed on Wallstedt, man, in the draft. Remember they traded their pick away.
Yeah, the
and
fucking
Minnesota
memes
took
that were
Wallstedt.
coming out.
Yeah, crazy.
We don't even have to go back to it, but just how they took Jari instead of Binnington will ever fucking blow my mind. But there's been not necessarily rumors, but just speculation. Fill-in producer, if you don't mind, just go into the Minnesota Wild cap space. There's an interesting number they have remaining in their cap. And I think it's around that. I just want to make sure I get the number right. I think it's around that $14-13 million range.
Austin Matthews.
Bang!
Yeah.
Bang!
You've been hearing about it, man. Got Billy Guarantee at the helm
Billy
as well.
G at the Olympics, just lathering him up. Okay, well, obviously when I looked before, I guess they got healthier or something like that. But if they did move some guys in the offseason, they currently have projected caps. Okay, so I don't know why I saw 13. I guess someone was hurt maybe. Because I did see 13.
There have been rumors, though, about Matthews to Minnesota.
There have been rumors.
Yeah.
I think Matthews, if he goes anywhere, is going to be to the south. I don't see him up and going to mini. I just think he's too, not a show off, but I like to call on the show TikTok hockey. Like he likes embracing that like aura kind of like stance. I don't think Minnesota would fit his vibe. I see more the Cali or the Floridas or maybe even like Utah while he waits for an Arizona expansion to happen. Something south. Maybe closer to home, but
Vegas, that'd be brutal. Imagine him and Marner together in Vegas.
Fuck, your twin.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll talk about that after.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to make a prediction here. We have a best of 3 coming up.
You know what? This is what I said on our Bar Down podcast. My heart wants Minnesota.
I think everyone's does.
But my head is kind of telling me that Dallas is going to find a way.
Yeah.
Dallas has been in these situations before. You know, they were in this situation last year against Colorado. They got a bunch of dogs on their team. They're going to have home ice for 2 of the next 3 games. I think they've looked really good. I mean, we'll have to see. Is it even looking like Hintz is going to be back at all? I don't know. That's a huge loss for them. But they've just like Robertson, Johnson, Rantanen, Heiskanen. They just
Bork, that guy's fucking flying too.
Bork's looked really good. I will say though, arguably the best player in the entire series. Actually, I will say he's been the best player in the series as far as skaters go. Matt Boldy is a special
Electric.
player, man. You know, Faber's obviously amazing too. But if you look at like really who's been leading the charge for Minnesota game in and game out, we talk about underrated players.
Mm-hmm.
Like Matt Boldy is a complete gamer.
That guy.
Man, that pass that he made, I'm pretty sure it was to Eriksson Ek in the last game when he went through everyone basically and just gave it to Eriksson Ek in front.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable, man. This is a physically gifted powerhouse, power forward, just a power machine. Like he's just a machine, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot, great IQ.
No, that guy's got it all.
Bro, you want to talk about dogs? Matt
Want to talk
Boldy,
about a bargain contract?
Yeah, there you go. Matt Boldy, there you go. What is he getting paid? $7 million a year or something?
Between 7 or 8.
Matt Boldy is a dog. All right, like that guy is unbelievable. And can you argue that Matt Boldy is what top 3 American player in the world right now? It's probably Hughes, Eichel, and Boldy are probably the top.
Which
3 right
Hughes?
now. Quinn.
Okay. just to get
Quinn Hughes is unbelievable.
Yeah, fuck
man.
off, Jack. You stole my girl. Anyway.
Did he?
Tate.
Oh, yeah. I don't know,
Bro's
man.
like, what?
Yeah. Passionately.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, you're tied down, so you're not associated in this space anymore. But yeah, anyway, going on, we'll touch on one more series, and then we'll shift away from hockey for a bit, and then we'll make our way back for the other 4 series. What series do you want to go on? Let's give you some freedom. Like which series are you passionate about here? There's obviously a lot of ways to go about. Like
I'll tell you what series I'm passionate about right now
I know
because I took all of them in my fantasy playoff draft. I'm passionate about this Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go the route of the Sabres. Okay.
Well, we'll talk about the Sabres after because I'm also very passionate about that. But I feel like that would be a good one to open up with outside the break. But this is just one because we mentioned Vegas just now. It was kind of on my mind. Ask away.
Fuck. I mean, where do you start? You got Cooley. You got fucking Keller. You got Gunther with the bomb. You got Veg standing on his head. You got Lawson Krause being a machine. Then you got fucking Vegas, who were hot out the gate with Torts. I think they won 7 in a row or whatever it was. You had Carter Hart, who was all of a sudden kicking again. And then playoffs come around, and Utah just looks like this new, as you said earlier in the show, this youthful wagon that could just skate circles around an aging Vegas team. And aging and also probably a bit banged up too, which obviously doesn't help your case if you're not as fast as the opposition too. So I think this is also a coming out party for the likes of, especially at the big stage for Gunther and Cooley too. We saw it Slav game 1 for the Habs, and then obviously all the fucking Habs fans were getting on Utah's fans' nerves, being like, that's why you take Slavkovsky first overall. But then ever since, Cooley's been on fire too. So it's 2-1 Utah. What are you thinking? Like, obviously, I think you're on the Utah bandwagon, or are you on the Vegas bandwagon?
I mean, let me just break down what I've been seeing. I was very high on Vegas going into the postseason, and obviously they did play some teams that weren't as strong down the stretch, but they were starting to look really good. Things are coming together.
Do you think the Marner factor has a point to play?
I'll get to that. So Torts comes in, literally getting Vegas is getting exactly what they asked for out of Torts. Literally perfect. Spark plug. Maybe not a long-term great play, but in the short term, perfect move. Yeah. Okay. He used to coach Carter Hart. He just leans on Carter Hart. Carter Hart was absolutely dialed down
in
the
the bubble.
And he was really good in games 1 and 2. He had a bad game 3. He was bound for a bad game. I don't think Hart has been the problem for Vegas. What I do think the issue for Vegas has been is that their top players have just not been playing well enough. And that's just facts, man. I mean, sure, I think Stone actually has goals in 3 straight games, if I'm not mistaken. Eichel needs to get going a little more. I know he scored last game, but I'm going to say this too.
You're fucking twin, man. Come on.
Man.
Let the guy breathe, bro.
Man, I'm sorry because like I like Mitch. Like I've had good personal experiences with Mitch, but you cannot ignore the fact it's like it's unbelievable. It's like you think that he's going to go from Toronto to Vegas
and light it up.
He's surrounded by all these great players, and he's gonna
no pressure.
Yeah, way less pressure, and he's gonna this is the coming out party for Marner.
Yeah,
and there's still lots of series left. We're only 3 games in. There's lots of time for Mitch Marner to get it going here. But I will say this: sure, some advanced stats might suggest certain things, but I'm just saying like what I'm seeing.
I test.
I am not seeing enough from Mitch Marner to warrant him. He's currently the highest paid player on Vegas right now because Eichel's new cap hit kicks in next year. I would take and we talked about this in our top 25 players for our Bar Down podcast. I was the only one who took Stone, I'm pretty sure, and Marner was on, and like
ballsy pick.
I would take Stone over Marner in a playoff series in a heartbeat. He's way more of a dog, way more aggressive, way more of a guy who I would like trust to get in corners and battle a little harder. Yeah, he's won. He's also won. This isn't to harp on Mitch too much. I think Mitch Marner is an incredible player. I think I'm just waiting for it. Like I think everyone is kind of just waiting for it. Like, okay, you know what? If Vegas is gonna win this series against Utah, he has to take over a game. I'm not giving up on Vegas because they actually severely outplayed Utah in Game 3, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Vegas comes back. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Marner, finds his groove here, and I hope he does. But like.
Fuck, wouldn't that be something as a Jets and a Habs fan for Marner to just start turn it on, win the series, put the Knights on his back? But I don't think we see a world where they do that.
I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see him do it. Let's see it, Mitch. Like honestly, like again, I like Mitch Marner. Like he's nice to me. I'm just saying this like it's not to harp on him. I'm just saying like how can you not notice this as objectively as a hockey fan? I know that there are things that I'm not mentioning that he does well, and like you can talk about that, but they need more offense. No more dry loafs.
He's got a mean gritty going into his wedding too, which that's the fucking worst thing I ever seen.
Yeah,
I think it was downhill from there for Mitch.
And man, I get it. Like the Toronto media could be harsh on Mitch, but it's like okay, it's like he's not living here anymore, and
there's no one down there.
No, he's not living there anymore, and like it's fair to just say like, man, I'm not even a Leafs fan. It's not about that. I'm just saying like what I'm seeing. I just think that they need to see more from him.
Yeah.
If they're going to win the series. And I think that's fair. To want more out of your highest paid player, I think that's a completely fine assessment to make. And
you know what? It's going to go one of either 2 ways tonight. Because we just talked about this now, it's either a Mitch Marner hat trick tonight or Utah's going to run him out of the building tonight. It's not going to be a close one tonight after this.
I hope, man. I really hope Mitch gets it going here. Like I just think for his sake, I think he just needs to show a little more.
Yeah. Otherwise, he might get fucking shoot out of that town too. Which
no, he won't. And in fairness to Vegas fans, I've seen a lot of Vegas fans defending him, and I think that's kind of what Mitch needs right now during the playoffs. Like even if he's not playing his best, he's not playing his best, and he doesn't have an entire city just like on his back, like ripping into him. Mm-hmm. But now I think it's fair, like especially with the Leafs are not in the playoffs, like it's kind of Leafs fans are watching this, are like, hey, like
we were right. Marner? Yeah. We were right to fucking let you go. And I'm happy, like, as a Habs fan that people aren't getting on Suzuki's fucking bad side right now, and they're just letting him. I think they know Suzuki will figure it out, too, which is what I think the Vegas Golden Knights fans are thinking with Marner, that he'll figure it out. Because look at the Olympics, right? Yeah. He was kind of quiet for the beginning, and then all of a sudden, boom, magic moment against the Czechs.
Yeah, and it's been 3 games also. Like, it's, there's lots of series left. I think, I don't want to jinx it, but like I feel like Vegas is gonna find a way to win tonight. Like it's just hard to imagine them going down 3-1 to Utah. I mean, hey, but I want to say also, respect to Utah. Like right. Utah. We
wanted the jersey up, but it wasn't cooperating. So Utah fans, I thought about you. Don't worry,
man. Utah has looked great. They're fast. I think like similar to the Ducks, they're part of this new wave of young teams that. They're
Tej coming up too, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like love Tej again. He's the man.
Yep.
And they have Denoye who's also coming up the system.
That's a big one.
Speed is killing right now in the playoffs, and it's very interesting to see these young teams that no one was really as high on just kind of like taking it to these older veteran teams that and also have been playing a lot of hockey the last few years, and that's something that needs to be accounted for as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look at the fucking Oilers, straight back-to-back cup finals, and now they're just looking beat up and just ready for a longer summer. So we'll see what happens. Vegas, Utah.
Come on, Mitch, I'm cheering for you.
Yeah, after he harped on you, you know what? Well, if you score a goal tonight for Jesse, it'll make it all better. Then he'll come on next time and start glazing.
Well, man, but like in fairness, I'm a Mitch Marner guy. Like I like Mitch, and I think that people need to know also is that I get people have their own feelings.
It's out of love.
I get that people have their own feelings about Mitch, specifically how he handled his contracts and like didn't show up when necessarily accounted. But I think as a guy, like with my personal experiences with Mitch Marner, he's always been very nice to me in person, and I think he is a great personality for the NHL, and there's no doubting that. It's just I'm just talking about it as we're talking about the playoffs. That's it. Just take everything out into account. I'm just the playoffs. He just hasn't shown it this year.
Any year.
Yeah, I mean, not when it's counted most. He's still put up points, but not when it's counted most.
And the thing is, it's one of those better late than never. Like they could go on a fucking run here in Vegas, could go to the conference final or the cup final. Everyone will forget and put everything in the first round in the rearview mirror, or at least these first 3 games, if he decides to turn on later.
And it's not just him. Like it's easy to nitpick that Marner hasn't been great. But
there's a lot of fucking dogs in the playoffs right now that haven't shown up.
The middle six has not shown up for Vegas, man. Like Riley Smith, Howden, like these guys have just Dorofeyev, Marner. They haven't gone going. But the reason why I look at Marner is because Marner should be in a different class than a lot of these other guys that I mentioned.
I mean, you said it already, highest paid as of right now. So
one of the highest paid players in the league.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, played a part in getting him there, but has to play a part in getting them past this hump they're currently in. We're going to kind of segregate away from hockey right now. We're going to come back. Obviously, 2 series have already wrapped up with the Avs and the Canes, which we'll touch on briefly. Otherwise, we just got a couple more series after that. But what I want to talk about with you is something that we love talking on this show, and we like grabbing the attention and getting the thoughts from the guest on this topic, which is beer. We fucking love the beers. Obviously, all the guests have given me their ideal situational beers, and obviously, the couple of times I've interacted with you, there's been some beer involved, which we'll get into a little bit of a story time there after we get your top 5. But we're talking top 5 situational beers. I know I kind of gave you a little bit of a precursor, pre-pod to think it through because we really want you to put your heart and soul into this top 5. We want the real Jesse to come out. Obviously, not born in Toronto, but upbringing a lot of it in Toronto, at least with Bar Down and etc. But we want to hear, what are your top 5 situational beers? We're not talking brands here. We're talking situations. You want to go bottom up, top, bottom? Like, what are you saying?
I'm going to combine, I'm going to combine it kind of. Maybe we'll talk about, so maybe we'll talk about brands as well.
Ooh. But you want to start from the 5 hole or the 1 spot, the top?
I'll start from the 1 spot because I think it's easier for me to build out from the 1 spot.
Okay. No. Okay, so you're starting off with the best beer.
You know what?
The best situational beer.
You know what? I'm not going to talk about brands. I'm just going to talk about just situational.
Okay.
The number 1 best situational beer is after a beer league hockey game when you're with your pals.
Fuck,
number 1.
That
number
hits.
1. It's the best. Nothing hits like it. It's just such a great way to catch up with the best people in your lives, and I love it. And I'm always down. Well, sometimes I'll get a beer. Sometimes I'll get a lemon iced tea with extra lemons.
Ooh.
But I'm usually good for a post game pint.
Okay.
And I'm actually usually the one saying, "Hey, let's go for one. Let's go for one."
Nice.
So number 2.
Wait, before we kind of get into the number 2 spot. Obviously, this is one that's so important, so simple but so important. What is, like, for example, there's obviously days where you got to bring the beer. What beers are you bringing if it's your day?
What? Okay, well,
are you talking in terms of the post beer league beer? Are you talking about going out for the beer or the locker room?
Sorry. That's actually a good question. You know what? Locker room beers are really nice. That's actually a great
But
question.
you need the fucking draft, though.
I think
the draft plays a part.
You know what? I kind of like, because it's obviously great being sweaty and stuff, and you're in the room. It's nice catching up with everyone, but like, there's a lot of, the dressing room's kind of big. There's a lot of different conversations going on. There's a lot of commotion going on. I kind of like going out.
You need the help of a bar vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like going out for a beer. Maybe I can get a little food after too. Mm-hmm. Great way to get a good catch up. I'm feeling fresh out of the shower.
Nice. Okay, number two.
I mean, I guess I could say dressing room beers, but no, I'm gonna wait.
That would be too much of a layup.
Yeah,
right at the number 2 hole. Yeah, we need that brain working.
Number 2, man. I gotta say, give me a nice cold beer on a dock.
Oh yeah,
nothing better, dude.
Dock or beach? Which one do you prefer? You're a dock guy?
I mean, I love the beach too, but I just feel like you're at a cottage with your buddies and you're all posting up on a dock. It's just so elite, man. It doesn't get much better than that.
I like that.
So I love dock beers, and then you're just like in and out of the water the whole time. I mean, beach too. I love. Let's just say like we can kind of combine those together there. So
I'm a big fan of the winter cotty beer with the hot tub. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, that is nice.
That is a big one, and because of the hot tub, it hits you much quicker too, which is never a bad thing.
Or like
a
sauna beer is pretty nice.
I haven't had a sauna beer.
Sauna sods.
Are those good?
Nice. Oh,
I've never had. Oh, that's a good one. I haven't thought of that one.
Sauna sods are so nice.
Nice. Okay, number 3.
Oh, we're getting in the weeds now.
We gotta start digging now.
I do gotta start digging. You know what? There's something really nice about a shower beer.
Oh, everyone loves the fucking shower beer, dude. Fucking right.
I don't know if it's gonna be like my number 3 spot, but it's so nice.
You know what, Jacob from On the Bench, number 1 was shower beer.
Yeah.
Number 1 was shower beer. Tom Stewart's one of his top 5 was shower beer.
It's just so refreshing, man. Like you have this ripping cold beer.
Yeah.
With like ice chips on it.
Yeah. Especially if you're about to go out or if you're getting ready to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's actually a great beer too is a Hooters beer.
Oh, I haven't had. I'm usually across the street at St. John's Tavern.
Dude. Coldest sods in the city.
Oh, yeah?
Coldest sods in the city, man. I'm telling you, coldest beers at that Hooters. Random fact, but I will say
they got the Sub-Zero there.
Complete Sub-Zero. Ice chips in the sods. It's unbelievable.
That's ideal.
But I don't know if I'm going to necessarily call that. Okay, you know what I'm going to go with that number 4? Park beers are pretty nice, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you post up in the park with the fellas. So nice. You just hammer some sods. It's fantastic.
Is this like a stand-up beer? Or is this like you're putting the fucking blanket on the grass? Or is this a park bench?
Blanket.
Okay.
You put the blanket down.
Okay.
You post up with some buddies. Man, I mean, how old are you, Mo?
I'm 26. I'm a 99.
You're 99. Okay, so, I mean, you would have been old enough, but during COVID it was like the craziest thing ever.
Yes,
they would have like the circles at Trinity Bellwoods.
That was ridiculous.
And everyone would just crush sodas.
Dude, everyone was hammered.
It was all everyone had to do.
Yeah.
Like no, there was nothing else to do but go to Trinity Bellwoods in the circles and just see other people outside.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, what crazy times. And then my number 5, tough. I mean,
cap off the list here. Round it off.
I do absolutely just like love crushing sodas while I watch hockey with my boys.
Yeah. Oh,
so nice.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm not into though? I'm gonna say a hot take here.
This is a beer you don't like. A situational beer you don't like?
Yeah, situational beer that I actually don't like, and this is gonna be a very hot take. I don't really like drinking at hockey games, man.
Me neither.
I don't like it at all, man.
I'm not in the zone once I have a beer. I want to go to bed.
No, exactly. And like they're so big and like they're so expensive.
I gotta piss. I gotta go fucking because I'm not waiting that fucking intermission line.
Man, I'm
waiting to get back to my seat. Like
I'm in my seat, and the same people are like coming by me, walking through, like double fisting the whole game, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like you could have just done this at home.
Yeah.
Like don't need that. But do I like crushing sods when I'm like with my buddies and we're just like watching hockey like at my place or something on the couch? It's unbelievable, man. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, everyone calls me a bitch when I don't want to like have like 5 beers at a game. I'm like, dude, we're going out after. Like, can I watch the game? Like, especially if it's a Leafs Habs in Toronto, for example, or if I'm in Montreal, it's like spend all this money to go to Montreal, or like I'm invested. Like I'm borderline heart attack throughout the game. I don't want to have a beer and fall asleep.
For sure, man. And then like it's so big and it gets so warm, and then you're like drinking the moose piss at the end, and you're like, this is not enjoyable.
It's not like it's a fucking unreal beer. It's usually just one of those just standard. Yeah, I'm not big on the arena beers or the event beers unless it's like a rave or something like that, right? So, Another topic.
A rave, eh? You're into house music?
You know what? James Hype this weekend. I'm there.
Wow.
Rebel. I know.
Wow.
I know you're big on house too, but not the
Huge.
same type of house.
Not the same type of house. No.
You're more into like the fucking. Was it the Electric Island type house or?
I guess so. Yeah,
Okay.
just everything like tech house.
I'm more into like the mainstream house. Like we're
Yeah.
talking this John Summit, Bunt, all those mainstream.
If you want to
guys that
listen to
are
a good
popping off.
label, Maccabi House is such a good up and coming label right now. It's so good. Adam 10 and Minagami's label. It's unbelievable, man. They're so good.
You pump that pregame or what?
I guess so. If you want to find me any place though, one of my happiest places in the world is the Yuma Tent at Coachella. That sounds like
You've been?
sounds like the most asshole
Yeah, what a
loser
douchebag.
thing to say, but like
D1 D-bag.
yeah, I have been, and it's a remarkable place.
Were you wearing mesh too or what?
I was not wearing mesh, but there were definitely people
Nips were
wearing
out,
mesh.
eh?
Just mesh undies. I was wearing a thong actually.
Out of you.
Mesh thong. Yeah.
Typical Coachella style.
Yeah.
You get the VIP wristband, the artist wristband, or what?
No. This was back in the day with my boys, but I want to go back. I definitely want to go back
And
yeah.
spend $100K on that Airbnb. Some of those prices were fucking ridiculous.
It's expensive, but it's cool to do at least once.
I do want to say before we hop back into the playoffs and just kind of round off the rest of the series here. There was a story. Obviously, Toronto had an All-Star weekend, and I've told the story a bunch of times how I was ripping a Corona with Draisaitl at one point during that weekend on the Friday, I think it was. But then the Saturday, so then I get a call, and it's like, Mo, what are you doing tonight? And this is like right when I started my hockey stuff. Like, I don't remember the year I started, but it was the summer right before that All-Star. So I was only doing this for like 5-6 months, right? And at that point, it was just like the youth with the cowboy hats or wherever they are. It wasn't anything like mainstream or anything like that, just youth content, all that stuff in the tournaments. And I get a call, where are you doing tonight? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just hanging around. Why? He's like, you got to get your ass to Paris, Texas. I'm like, why? He's like, apparently it's going down tonight. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what's going down? He's like, they're like, Matthews going to be there. A bunch of All-Stars going to be there. Apparently, Bieber and Matthews are pulling up together. Apparently, like, Tay McRae and Kid Leroy are showing up, who they actually did. Tay McRae and Kid Leroy
I think
were
Tay
there.
McRae was in the booth beside me at one point.
Beside us, yeah. Yeah, so, and that's before I was simping, so I missed my fucking opportunity. I'll grab another one. I'll grab another one, though. I'm not worried. But she was with Kid Leroy back then anyway. But so I get there. At this point, obviously, I'm not like an established face in the hockey media whatsoever. And I get there like 9 o'clock because I'm like, I don't have an in. Like, unless I'm giving the bouncer fucking $5 or whatever he's going to ask for, I don't have an in. At the time, at least. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get there barely, try my luck, and we'll see what happens. So I get there. All dandy, I get in. I'm just waiting it around. I'm with my buddy who told me we got to go because he heard all this shit. And we're just hanging around. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. And all of a sudden, like, I see Mikey Grinelli and, like, the Chicklets guys walk in. And I'm like, fuck. I was with my buddy Frank. I'm like, Frank, they don't know who the fuck I am. Like, so, yeah, fuck, give it a shot. And I'm like Grinelli, blah, 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 like, this who I am. He's like, yeah, I've seen you before. And then a couple minutes later, passed by. He's like, bro, if you want, like, come in the booth. Like, fuck it, why not?
That's right.
These, and, like, honestly, respect to Grinelli, because at that point, like, I'm just someone who started out. He can just pigeon toss me and said, fuck off, kid, right? But instead, he brought me in, made me feel like one of their own. They had so much in that booth. Like, those guys were balling that night. And then what do you know? I won't name names, but a bunch of NHLers. They either come in our booth or they're in surrounding booths. And obviously, at the time, this was a big fucking night for me, right? Because I'm just surrounded by all these social media guys, all these pro players, all these, like, Tate McRae, for example, too. And I'm wearing my cowboy hat, and I'm wearing this fucking, like, this tiger style shirt, right? And I just start smelling something. And I'm like, what the fuck's that smell? It smells like yak. I didn't yak. I know I didn't yak, right? I know I didn't yak, and then I just keep smelling it. And everywhere I'm going, it's just following me. What the fuck's going on? I'm just I'm going to go to the bathroom, investigate the tarp. Someone yacked on me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone yacked on me.
Brutal.
And the thing is, I couldn't go back to that booth with, obviously, you showed up. You took my hat. You took that hat. You were rocking the hat for a bit.
Dude, and someone stole my favorite toque that night in the booth. I was so rattled. I was so rattled.
And then you took over the hat. You took hat responsibilities for a bit, cowboy hat. And I'm like, I can't go back in the booth smelling yak because they're going to think it was me. And I think I know who it was, but I don't know the person, but they were just hammered. So I'm like, you know what? It was probably them looking back at it. But I'm like, I can go back in the booth. So I know a couple people there, and I'm going up to them like, dude, this is a situation. I'll give you $500 for your shirt right now.
Wow.
Buddy did not budge. I go to security. I'm like, guys, you got to go to the back. I need a shirt. No one has a shirt. I'm like, you know what? Tarps off rest of the night. So I come back in the booth, tarps off. I'm like, either I'm the biggest clown in this club right now, or the boys are going to love it. The boy, you were one. You were hooting and hollering the whole fucking time. I was waving the shit out of like a towel or wherever it was. That shirt was gone. I go back home in my fucking goose puff or whatever. No tarp inside.
That's awesome.
It was a shit show. But like, of course, that one night, I get a yak bomb on me.
Man, that's brutal. What a crazy night also.
That was a good night.
So there were I actually was at Paris, Texas 2 nights in a row that weekend. The first night.
On the Friday?
On the Friday
Fuck.
was Diplo. Honestly, most packed club I've ever been to. Diplo put on one of the worst sets I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely horrible.
Balls
like
on the
there's
table.
no way that this is a serious DJ set. This guy's supposed to be one of the best DJs in the world. Just complete trash. Yeah, I'm not really a Diplo fan.
Clearly.
But yeah. But anyways, and the next night I remember Loud Luxury was playing, and it wasn't quite as packed, and we were in Grinnelli's. We were in Mike's booth, and it was way better that night. Like,
that was more of a vibe.
Way better evening, and yeah, that was a big night. That was probably
I was feeling it for the whole week. Oh,
that was one of the biggest nights I've had in Toronto personally since I moved here.
But I mean, when you have fucking Grinelli giving you straight tequila shots.
Not just that, man. Like literally shoving it down your esophagus.
I don't want to say it, but you did. Yeah, straight up shoving it down. Then they just got fucking 100 beers just laying out in front of you.
Yeah,
you're gonna do some damage too, and
it was a big night.
Damage was done.
Yeah,
damage was done.
It was a big night.
Going back to the playoffs, I think we have just a couple more series left.
Buffalo.
We're not gonna touch on the ones that are done. I mean. All respect and what a career for Anze over there in LA. Cup winner, one of the best centermen of all time.
We should touch on the Carolina series too, by the way, because I feel like that was an interesting series.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think we could skip over the Colorado LA one. I feel like that was just, apart from the send-off, that was just Colorado handling business.
One of my favorite players of all time, top 5, Anze Kopitar.
Kobe?
I love him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely
that.
love him.
I'm big on Kempe too, so
yeah.
They got some dogs there, but they're just not getting the ideal first round matchups these past few years. Before we go into the Buffalo one, let's talk on the other sweep, which was the Kane Sens series, which didn't feel like a sweep, but at the end of the day, a sweep is a sweep. I mean, you can go back to the infamous Rod Brindamore quote: "We weren't swept," but in this case, the Sens were swept. So was that the quote back when the Panthers swept them? Is Brindamore saying we weren't swept? We weren't swept, but they were swept. But yeah, touching on the Sens. Let's start with the hit. That's clean.
The Clavin hit?
Yeah,
for sure, it was clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
I think Great hit, just like the one on Slav. I don't see anything wrong with either of the hits. But I think the main topic that I want to talk about in that series is Brady done in Ottawa.
I should just post that today on my X account, asking where we're the best team for him to be traded to. You know what, man? Honestly, I like Brady Tkachuk.
Invisible. And that series.
Yeah.
Not 1 point.
You know what? Another guy actually always very nice whenever I see him in person, but like we did our top 25 list as well, and I was going over mine with one of my buddies from Winnipeg, and he was giving me such a hard time about not putting Brady Tkachuk on the list. And I was just thinking, like, you know what? I don't really think that Brady Tkachuk is a top 25 player in the playoffs right now, and he's not. He's really not. Is Brady Tkachuk even a top 50 player in the NHL right now? I'm like, no disrespect to him. I don't know if he's in the top 40 right now. And sure, he's valuable. He's a unicorn, and he could end up going to another team and absolutely dominating. He wasn't particularly great.
Apart from that opening face-off fight, like I didn't see one highlight involving Brady.
Man, Brady Tkachuk, we keep hearing, he's going to be such a dog in the playoffs. Like, this is someone who, like, you want to battle with.
You want to go to war with,
It just goes to show, just because someone is like 6'5" or whatever and
gets physical
and skilled and is physical, it doesn't mean that they're going to be this dominant player in the series and out in the playoffs. And I want to say something, another thing. Man, Carolina has been getting so disrespected this year. Like, it's
Oh, fuck. I didn't
unbelievable.
pick them either.
Truly,
That's full transparency. I went with the Sens.
Dude, truly, a lot.
They don't have an X factor. That's the thing, right?
Okay, yes, and I agree, but like, let's take
The
some
depth, I know.
And at the same time, they could end up going even in the next round of the conference final.
Yeah.
And then their top guys aren't their top guys, and they lose in 5 games. It could happen, but
To the
Carolina,
Habs.
man, Carolina was a little different this year. Like, they were one of the best offensive teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
Okay. They also had 7 20 goal scorers this year. I'm pretty sure 7. Okay.
Well, fuck producer Matt. We got Jesse over here
Man,
pulling out the stats.
Dude, they're a deep team. They have a lot of guys that can get it done. They're suffocating defensively, and you want to talk about
Shot clinics left and right.
dude. You want to talk about an incredible coaching decision by Rod Brendamore to start Freddie Anderson. That's actually potentially the Conn Smythe front runner right now. Like,
Yeah.
he has been.
Yeah, Bussy took a big
incredible.
decline.
Dude, he's been incredible. So I just think that Carolina's got a lot of great players. Their next series, whether it's against Philly or Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
I think that's an extremely winnable series for them too. And I think anyone even in the Atlantic they can beat. I think Carolina should this should be their year to kind of make a run. Then again, could their top offensive guys not be as good potentially? But man, don't forget they signed a guy like Nikolai Ehlers, who's going to be a huge help. Right, like
Jarvis is there for term. Blake signed a big one.
What about their second line, dude? Stankoven has been unbelievable. I'm pretty sure Stankoven has something like 11 goals and 4 assists in his last 11 games.
That's
this guy's
ridiculous.
he's been one of the hottest players in the league.
Yeah,
period.
he pretty much buried every game in that
Dude,
fucking series.
Him, Blake, and Taylor Hall have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they were unbelievable that series. They shut it down, man. They were much better than the top line, which I think that top line is going to have to get going a little more if Carolina is really gonna make a big run.
Aho and
Everyone always, and I get it. Aho has been a point per game player in the playoffs, and
he's not. He just doesn't seem like a
he's just not
playoff
really-
player though.
Well, the thing is he going to take over a series kind of like what Rantanen did last year?
That's my X
against
factor
Colorado.
fucking line, right?
And that, but man, we're seeing that second line completely took over against Ottawa, and like I don't even think Ottawa played like that. Like,
I mean, fuck, you got a double overtime game mixed in there. That can go either way.
how did Stützle not score that one on the deke where he hit the post? I don't know how that didn't go in. But you know what?
1 point in 4 games.
Man, they put up 5 goals in the
an
whole
assist.
series, and Ottawa's a good team. Like, I mean, they didn't play great in the series, obviously, but the thing is, and we've talked about this too, kind of, Thomas Pachernik on our Bar Down podcast mentioned this. It's just kind of amazing how everyone's been saying like, oh, well, if Ottawa gets good goaltending, then they're going to be a wagon.
Yeah, they got fucking fantastic goaltending,
yeah.
and then everything else was
and nothing was going on.
shut off.
But I think that's just a product, man, of the team they played against. I think Carolina, Rod Brendamore, this is his 8th season, I'm pretty sure, with Carolina. This was his 8th straight first round win.
Yeah,
he has not lost in the first round as coach of the Hurricanes. And sure, you can look at advanced stats or like how well Ottawa's been down the stretch. But at the end of the day, man, sometimes you kind of just like have to look at the situation and be like, okay, you got Rod freaking Brendamore, who does not lose in the first round. This is probably the best team he's ever had. I don't think he's losing as a number 1 seed in the East to the second wildcard team. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
it's just not happening.
But
It's not happening.
it's just one of those where it's a mind fuck because, yeah, sure, you always win those first round series, but sooner or later you gotta make a finals.
For sure. But there's a difference between making a finals and losing a first round series.
Yeah.
Like, they do not lose in the first round, man. And I get that Ottawa was good. I understand. They've got some
Caught
dogs.
fire at the right time at the end of the season.
Man, they've got dogs, but like Tim Stützle, who's like one of the best players in the world, was just completely like shut down.
Yeah.
So I think Carolina is a team to look out for, man. I think they've been a little disrespected. I think this theoretically this should theoretically be their year to go to the Cup.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, like everyone says the East is wide open, and this is just a prime example. Like, I personally see Carolina bouncing whoever it is between the Flyers and the Penguins. So I see they already have a ticket in the conference final, in my opinion. But then again, these Flyers even proved me wrong against the Pens.
Best defensive team in the league down the stretch, man. And Vladar has been unbelievable.
Vladar's lights out. And I think it's more of a toss-up in terms of the top side of the East with obviously the Sabres, Bruins, Habs, and Lightning. I think Carolina has an easier ticket. But let's go to that other series, which is the Bruins and the Sabres. and Swayman barking at the bench and just putting in up a goose egg, or not a goose egg, should I say, but laying an egg at home.
Look, man, the Buffalo Sabres. You want to talk about another
Wagon.
team that maybe I don't know if
Wagon.
disrespect is the right word, but another team that maybe a lot of people weren't as high on as being like truly a top contending team.
And they put it down to experience.
Dude, for sure. But like that's the thing is that everyone's saying like the experience. One thing I will say that was a concern, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, you just didn't know going into the series, is this going to be the guy that's really going to carry them? Well, what an incredibly gutsy move by Buffalo to stick Lyon in and then stick
You got
with
another
Lyon.
guy.
And Lyon has looked great.
Yeah.
So
What's he given up? Only 3 goals in 2 games, was it? I don't remember off the top of my head.
he's been dynamite, man. So look, Buffalo's got dogs. I mean, their core is elite. Like Tage Thompson is such a gamer, man.
2 goals in 2 games, sorry.
Tage Thompson is such a gamer. Then you have like Alex Tuck
man.
is incredible, man.
That D-core is huge.
Dude, Bowen Byram has been incredible.
Yeah.
He's been incredible this series. He's been all over the place. And, they've got Dahlin as well, who just like clearly...
Donor, who just fucking
Doan's
took
amazing.
another level.
Dude, man, Doan's been incredible. Like, Jack Quinn, they've got all of these guys. They've got Payne Krebs, all these guys.
Is
and they're
Norris
so
still
deep.
out?
Norris is back.
Norris is back? Okay. Yeah, he's played 2. Okay.
Dude, Zach Benson, like... I'm not kidding. Jason Zucker, it sounds crazy to say.
He's been quiet so far, but holy fuck, he's good.
Man, I think Buffalo's got what it takes to go to the Stanley Cup.
100%.
They are.
I didn't want them in the first round as a Habs fan. I wanted Tampa.
They're looking like true dogs in the East right now, and if they can take care of business and get some rest and prepare themselves for whoever wins between Tampa and Montreal. I think Buffalo could win that series.
Look at Bowen Byram, +7.
He's been incredible, man.
That's fucking ridiculous.
He's been incredible. He's got a lot of shot attempts too. He's creating a ton for Buffalo right now. Like he has been great. So
what a trade for them, eh?
Oh, great trade, man.
Fuck.
Dude, this team is so good. And
I don't even want to say they're underrated because I think everyone's scared shitless of the Sabres.
They also have they've got some good prospects too. What's that? Oh, Ostlund has also been really good for them.
Ostlund is out there.
What's that?
They got Parayko 2.0 in the system that they almost flipped for Parayko.
You know who else they have? They have Konsta Helenius.
Helenius, yes. He's a big boy.
Dude, he's
a big boy.
He has been great.
They also
with
have
Rochester.
that. They also have that guy. Oh my gosh, his name is evading me right now. Skill guy. Oh, he used to play, but he's ever since went down. Fuck me. Why is his name escaping me?
Yuri Kulich?
Yes, bang.
He's got a great shot.
Yeah.
They might flip one of these guys, man. I don't know. But
what? Like the thing is, what do they need? They're so fucking well balanced.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You can always improve. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think that they're gonna do it, but like, man, could you imagine if the Sabres? I'm just thinking about it now. Traded for someone like Connor Hellebuck?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
That kind of makes sense to me, man.
It does. But again, I don't know. Telly obviously signed that new ticket that keeps him in Winnipeg. Does he have a no move?
I mean, I feel like...
Because I feel like every player that has a no move, Buffalo's on that list.
I mean, I feel like Winnipeg is also on a lot of those lists.
Yes.
So,
but he's there.
And I think that Helly living from Winnipeg to Buffalo, I think it's kind of a lateral move.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not the 2 most attractive destinations.
Yeah.
Full no move, perfect.
But I don't know, man. Like you look at those end of season comments that Hellebuck made, and where the Jets are now. You know, I actually made a video on this. It's like you look at the direction that the Jets are headed in. Where are they going right now? Hellebuck made a very sent a clear message to Cheveldayoff that he needs to get a better supporting cast around him because he can't win all these games on his own every year and play at heart level every year, man.
I didn't enjoy having Hellebuck in fantasy this year at all.
Yeah, man.
At all.
Okay, but like,
fuck.
I don't know how the Jets are necessarily going to get that better over this offseason. I don't know, but like,
you gotta pull something out the bag because we
already did with Pierre-Luc Dubois. That was a great trade for the Jets. For Velarde and Iafallo and Katari and draft pick. But you know what, man? I will say this. The Jets have been able to build their core because they've drafted well, and then they were able to build supporting cast to that
Kyle
core.
over here for you.
There you go. Thank you.
Mr. KFC.
Oh, yeah. But man, the Jets have not really hit on their draft picks in the last 6 or 7 years. Okay. They've traded away first round picks, and theoretically, these players that they've drafted during that time should be supporting this core of Scheifele, Connor, and all these guys. But we don't have a second line, man.
I was gonna say, who are those guys? You have Lambert, you have Barlow. Like, what happened to these guys?
I mean, Lambert started to show some promise for the Jets towards the end.
The Moose.
And then Braden Yeager, we're hoping is going to be. I mean, is he going to be our second line center next year?
Like, I got traded from
Pittsburgh
yeah.
from McGordy.
Yeah.
But Buffalo. Not Buffalo. Cole Perfetti. This is a guy that showed a lot of promise last year. Wasn't really playing with the best players this year. Played for Velarde for parts of the season, but he just didn't really take the step that you were kind of hoping that he'd take. And we took Perfetti over guys like Seth Jarvis and Anton Lundell. And I think Perfetti's a good player, but like
you're still waiting for that breakout.
Man, our core doesn't have like Hellebuck, Scheifele, Connor, and Morrissey. They're still good players, obviously. Like Sandberg is a great player, and Pionk is solid, but like there's just not really. There should be a better supporting core there from the draft, but like Ville Hanola has not really panned out. Vesalainen just was a complete bust for the Jets, and I don't know, man. Like, how much value do these prospects have too? Colby Barlow, who
first round pick.
He's young, but didn't really have a good season with the Moose. I'm going to give him time, though, because he's still young.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, Hellebuck wants the team to get that much better now. Players already don't want to come to Winnipeg. They have no movement clauses, so Jets are going to
their core is aging, man.
And it's aging. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't like the idea of trading Hellebuck, but if you could get a haul, and if the Jets still want to be competitive now, you could trade a guy like Hellebuck for a goalie that's a downgrade of a goalie and get some good roster players to help you win now.
Yeah.
Or what you can do is you accept that your window is kind of closing, which I don't think the Jets will do.
They won't.
But you could trade Hellebuck and you could trade the core and you can try to rebuild. But the problem with Winnipeg is that even when they're playing well, they're not selling out their barn. Mm-hmm. And you're just wondering, like, can the Jets even afford to do something to rebuild? I don't know. I don't know.
I was going to say money does play a big factor. The same with the Flames.
Well, we have the smallest arena in the league, man.
Shout out Bell MTS.
And Canada Life Center. Now it's changed a few times.
You're right. Yeah.
And you know what? It's like, even when the team's good, it's like, if the fans aren't selling out the arena, then that's problematic. Who's going to want to stay and watch like a rebuild? I mean, I certainly would. I shouldn't say who will want to, but I get the sense that if the Jets are already not selling out, then it's going to be hard to do something like a rebuild. And that's why you see the Jets are always consistently good. Mm-hmm. We're always in the playoff hunt around there. We're always retooling, making plays, trusting our core. But at the end of the day,
I thought you guys were going to do it this year too.
At the end of the day, though, man, you look at some teams, and I'm not saying that this is the case with the Jets, but every team, I think, has to realize when their window has closed, and you got to do a rebuild. And we're seeing that with teams like Anaheim and San Jose and Chicago, right? And Utah, kind of. This is the next wave of dominant teams, and we're going to see Vancouver, I think, also kind of do that too.
Maybe
Vancouver's going to rebuild. Yeah, they're going to get, and the thing is, it's like the Jets, they have I think they're going to still want to try to win with this core, but as Helly said, complacency isn't going to get you anywhere, and something's got to give. Mm-hmm. And if Hellebuck is looking at this and saying the Jets can't get that much better right now, how do the Jets even get better right now?
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't see what you're flipping that will make you become better unless you do
this year's draft pick.
Unless you do like a fucking Zibanejad for what was it? Brassard for Zibanejad? Was that the move? You need to pull something out of your ass like that.
I'm not saying that the Jets should trade their draft pick this year, but what I am saying is that if the Jets are serious about getting better now and fulfilling Helly's wish and capitalizing on what the core has at this moment, they would trade their top 10 pick for a roster player this year.
Not like a Scott Laughton trade. We don't that.
No,
the beautiful Leafs with their first round pick for Scott Laughton.
No.
Never lived that down.
No, but seriously, man, it's like, okay, you draft this player in the top 10, hoping that this could be like a Mark Scheifele, who was drafted, I think, 7th overall in 2011 or 6th overall or wherever it was. Okay, the Jets take their time. I mean, I'm not saying that this player would take as much time because, it's a higher pick, but the Jets take their time developing their players. They took their time with Kyle Connor, Morrissey, even Scheifele. Scheifele, they took their time with. I just think, man, it's like by the time that this player is potentially ready to be an impactful
You're
player
looking
for
at
the
2-3
Jets,
years.
and
minimum.
Okay, and then how old? Let's say it's 2 years from now. Scheifele's going to be 35 years old. Okay, Connor's going to be 32. Hellebuck is potentially going to be out of his prime.
Retired.
Morrissey's going to be older. Well, man, that's what I'm saying. So like the Jets have some serious decisions to make here.
Yeah.
Like, and also I'm not harping on the guy here, but Kevin Shovel-Dayoff has been the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets. He's the second longest tenured GM in the league, man. And you know who's the only longer tenured GM? Who's actually not even going to be the GM anymore, actually.
Yzerman?
No, it's Doug Armstrong.
Yeah,
who
switched
won
teams,
a
right?
Stanley Cup and was the general manager of Team Canada. You know how many series Chevy has won since 2011 as the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets?
I think it's 4.
4.
Bang!
Okay? And I acknowledge that being the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets is probably the toughest job in the league. Okay? But at some point
Don't take it for granted, though.
No, but at some point you have to say, like, what general manager in any other professional sports league would be the general manager of a team for 15 years and have 4 playoff series wins to their name and still just be like given a leash to just do their thing?
Yeah, bro has
They'd be gone.
Bro has no heat on him.
Well, I think he's got heat on him now.
Does he?
I think now more than ever.
You don't. I don't hear it though.
Well, no, we don't. I mean, Winnipeg's also a smaller market team. But man, that's always been the thing. It's like Chevy's just always. And this isn't to say that Chevy hasn't done good things. Chevy, like, given Chevy's position, he won a President's Trophy last year. He's made some great.
Which is fucked to think about.
Yeah. With Winnipeg, he's done some great. He's made some great trades. And he's done some great things, man. The team that we had in 2018 was a Stanley Cup caliber team. Okay,
that was a team with Patty in it, no?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But what I'm saying,
whiteout.
but what I'm saying is that that's one side of the coin. On the other side of the coin, man, you've been the general manager for the Winnipeg Jets for 15 years. You've won 4 series. There's an argument to be made that like maybe it's time for some fresh eyes.
And you know what?
It's very complicated.
I'll always bring up this argument about just the proof in the pudding with the Habs. Like you just get that new blood in with and just I don't know what the system is with the Jets. I know Shovel-Dayoff is the guy, but it looks like that two-headed monster is now the way some teams are going about it. Obviously, the Habs have Gordon and Hughes. I know the Leafs are now eyeing up a two-headed monster themselves, and they're now bringing in fucking Matt Sundin as a name into the whole mix, which I think is fucked. I know the CEO or whatever, the owner of Wendy's, Chaika, is also in the running there, so they're kicking tires on a potential tandem there too. But there's something to be said about bringing some youth in and new voices, and not just regurgitating the same voices that always have been around the league. So
for sure, man. And like, dude, I think at some point Jets fans are going to be like, okay, we've done this for 15 years. It's time for a change up. I also want to say Chevy's a beauty, by the way. He did me a huge solid once. I was going to the Hockey Hall of Fame, induction ceremony last year, and my ticket fell out of my pocket. And I was freaking because I wouldn't be able to get in. And Chevy had an extra ticket, and he gave me his ticket, which was so
right.
Yeah, it was so nice of him, man. I just ran into him on the street. It was a funny story. So Chevy's great. I mean, he's done some great stuff for Winnipeg, but at the end of the day, like, we got to look at this objectively and just say he's done great things, but he just hasn't had enough success in the playoffs, and there's something that needs to be said about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. And honestly, like, so let me ask you your prediction then. Jets playoffs next year or no?
You know what? Yeah. I'm going to say the Jets are back in.
You got to have faith in your boys.
Because, I just knowing the way that the Jets do a lot of their business, like, I just don't see them doing a full rebuild. I see them trying to go out and making the team better rather than trying to make the team worse and prepare for the future. I think that the Jets have always believed in this core, and they're not ready to give up on the core. You know, they are only a year removed from the President's Trophy, but from winning the President's Trophy, but this was not a great year, man, for the Jets. Like,
no.
Serious regression.
And honestly, they did have a run there at the end where it kind of got your Jets Nation to kind of believe again.
Yeah.
And then it just too little too late, one of those.
Yeah, but they need more middle six depth, man. It's just not going to cut it. Adam Lowry, who is awesome, tough season for him coming off of an injury as well. So maybe him getting healthier was going to help, and then we're going to add some pieces hopefully in free agency. But let's remember, guys, we're talking about the Jets here. Players are not chomping at the bit to move to Winnipeg, and that's just a reality.
Well, maybe we could start with Patty Laine in the offseason.
I agree, man. I mean, it's worth a flyer.
We obviously hit on your Jets. We hit on my Habs. We showed some love for Mitch. Fuck.
See, we did show some love for Mitch.
Fuck Diplo.
Yeah.
Fuck the Yackers out there. And Avs won. We're just doing a nice little recap here with the Avs winning. Sens bow out to the Canes, both in 4. That series ends. Your gut tells you the Stars. Your gut tells you the Habs. I'm assuming your gut tells you the Sabres. And does your gut tell you the Ducks too? Do you think Edmonton can do it?
I mean, I think Edmonton can do it, but the Ducks look good, man. I mean,
winning 3 in a row against that team who just seemed to just go goal for goal with you is not a good recipe, especially with that goaltending.
I think the Ducks, man, like the Oilers have played a lot of hockey the past few years, and they just look tired. And I'm not even talking about their depth guys. I'm talking about like their top guys look tired right now.
And hurt.
As we said, yeah. And the Ducks are fresh. They are hungry right now. So
they got the stash behind the bench.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm saying that I'm surprised because I was a lot higher on the Oilers, but I'm saying the Ducks get it done.
Yeah. And then I know you had your feelings about Utah and Vegas. I know you picked Vegas in your pool. Are you still picking Vegas?
I'm going to say that Vegas finds a way here.
Okay.
I'm going to say Vegas finds a way. I think Vegas is going to take this in 7. But at home. But I could be wrong. But I do think that experience when you're down in a series like this is so important. But I'll say it again: they need Mitch Martin to get going, and that's how they're going to win. And I think he will.
And we'll leave it at this right before we sign off here. I want you to give me your top 3 playoff MVPs so far. We did this last week, but I want to hear yours. I have my 3, especially obviously a lot's happened since the last pod, with only being a few days, but guys are stepping up to the plate here. Give me 3, 2, then 1 in terms of your playoff MVPs up to this point in round 1.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to be forgetting some people here.
You know what? We'll throw in an honorable mentions at the end there just to save our bacon.
You know what? I'm going to say Brandon Hagel, number 3.
3?
Yeah. I'm going to say number 3, yeah.
Not 1?
No, not 1.
Wow.
Hagel's awesome, but
wow.
I think, man, other guys have also been good on Tampa. Like, Gento's been great. Vasi's actually been playing pretty well too, actually, the past little bit. So
I can't say, I mean, maybe as a Habs Glazer, some people might rip on me for this, but I can't say Dobish and Vasi have been night and day. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I think they've both been good.
Which is why this Conn Smythe conversation, like, I don't think we bring in the goalies in that series into it. But Hagel 3, okay, I would have put him 1. That's why I'm kind of a bit shocked at that. But number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to go with Jesper Wallstedt.
Ooh,
yeah,
bit of zest on the accent there. I like it.
My girlfriend's Swedish, and she'd be. I would feel remiss if I didn't say it the right way. Jesper Wallstedt.
I like.
And then number 1, I'm
Josh Anderson. No, I'm kidding.
No. Number 1, I'm going to go with Freddie Anderson. He's been lights out. Like, he's been unbelievable. He's incredible in that series against Ottawa. But I think him and Wallstedt have really. I'm trying to think which. I mean, a lot of goalies have been really good. I think Dobish has been great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about. I mean, Vladar's also been
Dan
great.
Vladar, yeah.
Like Vladar's been awesome. I mean, a little tougher last game though. What was the score in that last game?
Oh man, I think that one.
Or 4-1 or.
Can we check what the score was of the last Flyers Penguins game? And while we're doing that, we because we're on the topic of attendees here, we got to show some love to the owner of Toronto, Carey Price 31.
Yes.
Via the hoodie, via the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs, via being 3-1 down, considering the Leafs fans keep giving it to me about that Game 4 loss. What was the score of the last one there? There you go. You just got to go into like the Nah, not quite.
Go back and just press the arrow under it.
Yeah. No, what?
Maybe just look up Game 3. Also, Scott Wedgwood has looked great, and I'm going to say something too.
5.
Yeah.
No, that was it would have been game 4 then. Sorry.
Game 4.
Yeah, you got the fucking lumberyard.
You got
the lumberyard in fucking Colorado with Wedgwood and Blackwood.
Man, Wedgwood has looked great, and I'll say this as well. I think Colorado's management team should be handling Team Canada.
Cool.
Oh, I mean, at least Joe Sakic. What is it, Chris McFarland? Where's he from? I don't even know if he's Canadian.
Chris McFarland. I don't even know how the fuck you spell that. Chris McFarland
Is he American or
nationality.
is he Canadian?
We're getting some non-hockey stuff. What is he?
He's American. Okay.
Fuck, okay. Well,
Okay. So I'll say this. I think Joe Sakic would be a great pick to be the GM of
need some new voices up there.
of Team Canada.
Yep.
For sure, man. He's earned
Especially
it. I mean,
for the World Cup.
Breezeball, like he's great as well. But I just really feel like Joe Sakic, every move that Colorado makes is money, man.
Yeah.
They trade Ranton, who's obviously great, but they get
That
Natchez.
took balls.
Dude, Natchez has 100 points.
Stupid
He had
balls.
100 points this year. Okay?
I know.
Okay, they get Wedgwood and Blackwood, and these guys end up just emerging.
Molinsky came out of nowhere to be a top 4 stud.
Look at Nicholas Roy, man. Or Nicholas Walk. I mean, he had 3 goals in that series. Every move that this team makes, it's the right move, and I would feel great as Joe Sakic as the general manager. I think he's earned it.
Yeah, and we need to fucking get some payback on our side of the border.
Yeah,
so,
we do. We are due for a win.
We are fucking due. And
I saw Celebrini and McKenna are going to be playing for Canada at the World Hockey Championship.
ooh, imagine Celebrini, McKenna, and either Davo or McKinnon. That would be fucked.
Scheifele's going.
Shifley should go.
I get a feeling that McDavid, even if the Oilers get knocked out, is not going to go because he's hurt.
Oh, we're talking
works
about
out.
championships.
The World Hockey
Yes.
Championships, yeah,
Okay. Yes. No, yeah, he has to recover. He
Yeah.
has to get better. He needs a summer off.
Yeah.
Which honestly, up in Newmarket, take your breathers, go have some pints with Leon in Germany, and call it till
There you
September. So, this has been the one and only Jesse.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Bang. The coffee is almost obliterated, and the bowels are doing just fucking fine.
They'll be obliterated.
Give me 30 minutes while I'm editing the pod.
Uh-huh.
We have games on the slate tonight, so by the time this is posted, we'll know what happened with Philly in that series and the Mammoth in that series. And then tomorrow, we will be back with what could be Oilers having their season toast, and my boys, obviously, the main one for me with the best of 7 starting on Wednesday with the Habs and the Lightning. This has been the Mo&Co show, episode number 14, episode Nick Suzuki. Now that we're at episode 14, Caulfield scored after episode 13. Now we need Nick Suzuki to score after episode 14. I've been the co. I've not been the co. I've been the Mo. And you've been the co. Jesse's been the co. And we have Cal Connor for him behind the scenes.
Go.
There. Go Jets, go. Go Habs, go. Stanley Cup playoffs continue to ramp up. We'll see you next week with another episode. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Enjoy the games. It's going to be a good one. And enjoy the beers. Bang.